Hi guys and welcome. Today we're going to be decorating some library cards. So I bought these from Amazon and they come with the card and the pocket, and on the back they've got some double-sided tape. So once you've decorated them or stamped on them, you can stick them in your journal like that, or you can simply leave them like that and paper clip them into a project, or stick them to a tuck, a pocket, make a double pocket, however you want to use them, but they're really great to have in your stash. So today we're going to be mostly stamping and using inks. So we're not going to be using any other stickers or ephemera. Just wanted to do something a little bit different today. So what I've done, I've cut out a template of the insert for when we stamp. We can pop that in there just so we're not stamping on that back piece there. All right, so I've dragged out some stamps that I haven't used in a long time, and they're Stampin' Up ones, and I'll just share with you what they are. So this is this one. That's the name of it up the top there. This one here I've had for a long time. It's a wood-based one, and it's gorgeous grunge. I use it all the time. So this one, if you can, I'm not sure whether it's still available, but if you can get your hands on that one, really good. And then the other one, because I want to use the flower here, Fancy Phrases. So don't forget about your other stamps that you can pull out and use, you know, even in the vintage tones that we're going to be doing today. So first of all, I want to put a script on the background there. So using this stamp set here, it's got a script and a leaf, which I'll be using off that one. We're going to stamp some script on there, but I'm not going to do it in black. I'm going to do it in this archival color called Watering Can. So it's effectively like a grey. And I just want to put some script on the front, just as like a background feature type of thing. You don't have to stamp it all. You can leave some spaces, entirely up to you. Actually, this one I might do that lip as well. So I just want to cover what I've already stamped there, sort of like a masking, so you don't get the double stamp over the top there. Then we'll grab the other one. We'll do the same. So we're doing one with butterflies and one with leaves and roses. So just using the same script. And then again covering over. And the template insert's really good to have because we're going to also use it when we ink and distress our envelopes. Now we're going to go around and, oh actually, I want to put a bit of script on the inside card as well. Can't turn it over. I've sort of set myself a challenge I'm calling it the archive challenge, to go through and pull out stuff that I haven't used in, you know, over 12 months, 2 years. And you'll be surprised what you will find when you're rummaging through your stash. There's some absolutely beautiful, I used to make a lot of cards, so I've got a lot of beautiful stamps that I can pull out. And as you know, with all stamp sets, when you purchase them, you only use a few stamps on there for the specific reason that you purchased the stamp set for. But with the junk journaling, I'm finding I'm using the other stamps in the set that I didn't use while card making. So it's actually been quite fun to pull some of those sets out. Now I'm just going to ink those. I'll distress them a bit, and I'm using ground espresso. So I like the deep brown in this one. And do the back of the cards because we pull them out and the back will be some extra journaling space. You can of course cover them in coffee dye paper or something like that if you didn't want the lines there. If you have a look, that's distressed, not distressed, so it definitely looks better. Well, in my opinion. I know not everybody likes to distress, which is fine. And we'll do the envelopes as well, or the pockets. And we don't have to do the backs of these ones. I'll just insert that there just to do the edge. And on our other one, you can see it's quite quick because I don't want it perfect. And inking is, I'm just opening up the pocket there a little bit. Inking is something you can go back and add to as well. Okay, so we might put that one aside. We might do the flower one first. So now I'm going to use black archival ink because I always like to stamp outlines in the black archival, and then if you're using paints or inks or anything like that, it won't bleed. Okay, and then I'm going to use the flower of this one. And I want to put an image on both the tag insert and the pocket. So just up the top on the tag, because that's the part that's going to be out of the pocket when we put it in, and then just down the corner of the pocket down here. So they sort of are in like a horizontal facing each other. Beautiful. And now for the next step, you can use watercolor paints, you know, if you've got pens, pencils, anything like that. I'm actually just going to use some distress crayons. So I've just picked up these colors that I'm going to be mixing a little bit. But I just get one of my stamp blocks, so you don't need any extra special tools or anything. These two colors I'm just going to mix together. So you just put a little bit on the acrylic block. And then just a couple of dots of water. If you've got a water brush, you can use that as well. And then just a paintbrush. And then it's really quick because you don't need to be too particular. Same as if you're using watercolor or watercolor pencils, you could color them first and then just with your brush dip it in some water. You can spend as little or as long on these as you want. If you wanted to, you know, shade them a little bit, you could do that as well. So that's that one. I love stamps that are stamped off the page like that. They're just beautiful. You don't always have to use the full image. Lovely. And then I just get a wet one, clean the brush, wipe it off the block, and then we're ready for the color. So it's got two types of flowers on this stamp. It's got a rose and then another, looks like a blossom of some sort. So I'm going to do the rose in the lighter color, mixing the two together, those two together, the two pinks. And then the buds in the pink as well, and then the blossoms just in this rich purpley pink. And then we do the roses in the double pink. And it will dry slightly lighter, so take that in mind when you're putting your colour down. And even when they're dry, you can go back over if you want to add more colour, or if you've missed a bit. As you can see, we're just doing it really quick and rustic. And then we just want to do the little blossoms. Then we're onto the pocket. This will add a little pop of colour to your journal as well. I always like when I'm going through to have just that little bit of pop of colour through there, even if it's just in the form of a leaf. But flowers are always beautiful as well. So as you can see, I'm really not being too particular. And then we've got our purpley pink for our blossoms. You could do these in reds or oranges and yellows. I just noticed I've just missed a piece of the petal there, so it's as simple as wiping your brush off on a baby wipe or a wet one. And that's that done, guys. So how quick is that? We just also want to put just a few splatters on there. Now we could get a paintbrush and some ink and splatter it on, but I'm going to use this texture or this splatter block out of this gorgeous grunge set, like I said, just to save me the trouble and to give you a little bit more control of where you're putting the splatters as well. Beautiful. And turning your stamp around too, so you're not getting like an even pattern. Beautiful, that's inked to the back. And then we pop that in there. Lovely, so that one's done. Now we're going to do a butterfly one. So remember, we've already got this step done. So now we want to get a butterfly stamp, and I am using, where is it? The butterfly out of this stamp, which is Positive Thoughts. I really like it. And that's it there. So it's not an overly big butterfly, and I'm going to stamp it in a few places. So I want my insert in my pocket just to protect it. I'm going to have one down the center there, and then I'm going to have one towards the top. Lovely. And on my card I'm going to have one off the page, and then I'm going to have one just about 3/4 of the way down. Lovely. And I'm going to, before I ink those, I'm going to use this beautiful fern green archival ink and this leaf one, which is the same set as the script one, and I'm going to put some beautiful vines on here. Pull that pocket out for a minute because I don't want to stamp over the butterfly. Lovely, so we've got some vines and we're going to colour those butterflies. So let's just do our pocket. It's a really pretty green, this one. So I'm going to ink up here a little bit heavier. You can also stamp something across the top there too if you want to. Okay, so now to ink. That's the same process. We get our stamp block. 3 colours I'm using here is Rusty Hinge, Aged Mahogany and Carved Pumpkin, because I want like a ombre effect in the butterflies. Just a drip of water. The beauty of if you haven't got one of these distress sprayers, it's a Tim Holtz one. You can spray or just drop your water like that. And if you're working with your oxides, the drops are really good to have. So I'm going to work from the outside in. So I want a really watered down, soft colour for the outside of the wings. And you can experiment too, like you could stamp a couple of these butterflies off on a scrap bit of paper and just experiment with what colours that you want to work with. And like you can see, still not being too particular. Then we go up to the rusty hinge, and then we'll go out just to blend it into that other orange that we've used. It's so much fun using colour this way. I haven't used my distress crayons in a while, so I thought I would get them out today and have a play. And like I said, if you don't have distress crayons, use watercolour pencils, watercolour, whatever you've got. You might have some alcohol markers or blending brushes. You could put them on the block as well and water them down a little bit. And then I just want to bleed out from the center, just to add a little bit of deeper color. And then the cleanup's really quick. It's like wipe your brush off, wipe your block off, and you're done. So that's the butterflies, guys. I won't tuck that in the pocket just yet because it's a little bit still wet. I may have used a little bit too much water on that, but I do have one that is dry, and I can pop in so you can see it finished. So that's the two there. I'll just remove this underneath scraps so you can see it a little bit more clearly. That's it. That's our library cards with the insert and the pockets done. But have a go. As you can see, the pops of colour, they're really, really pretty. If you don't have butterfly stamp, use whatever you've got. Same with if you don't have a flower arrangement like that, just stamp a couple of flowers in the corner, up in the corner. You might be able to draw some leaves on there with a really fine marker, or even a black ink pen, and yeah, have a go at it, guys. But thanks for joining me today. If you haven't already subscribed, I would love you to do that because I really enjoy bringing these to you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.